कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले सद्गुणों की
नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपते
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुवर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गा गावे, अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते, कवि कोविद कही सकै कहाँ ते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. In Zoom meeting, if you want to turn off the notification of Zoom chats, then click on the chats and then click on these three dots. Turn off notifications, click on that. Click on the mute option and now chats notification will not disturb you. Jai Shri Krishna.
योगेशम् सच्चिदानन्दम् वासुदेवम् व्रजप्रियम् धर्मसंस्थापकम् वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna and a very warm welcome to all sadhaks gathered here this evening just before the Diwali events kick on. I start with my head bowed in devoted reverence on the lotus feet of Purushottam, Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Swami Shri Acharya Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. May we always have their guidance and blessings in our lives. Wishing all of you again and your families a very joyful, peaceful and spiritually uplifting Deepavali. May this sacred time bring light not only to your homes but also to your hearts, filling your lives with harmony, wisdom, and most importantly, divine grace. As we prepare to celebrate the festivals of light, we gather today to reflect on a profound moment from Bhagavad Gita, which is chapter 11, the Vishwarup Darshan Yoga. In this chapter, Arjun is granted divine vision to behold Bhagavan's cosmic form, an awe inspiring, radiant expression of the eternal truth, shining brighter than the countless suns in the sky. Just as the lamp of Diwali dispels our darkness, this divine vision dispels the inner darkness of doubt and ignorance. May the light of this wisdom illuminate our path, deepen our surrender to Bhagavan, and help us see the divine presence in all beings around us. Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita has said, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam Dadami buddhi yogantai yena man upayanti te. Here Bhagavan says that the way to attain him is to always have our mind united with him in loving devotion. And we all know that prayers are a natural mode through which our soul communicates its obeisance to the Paramatma. To lead us in our prayers today, I call upon Balan Krishnanji from Kerala. Balanji joined Geeta Pariwar in April 2021 and gives seva as a GC mentor and in the monitoring team. Balanji, request you to please lead us in our prayers today.
Shri Krishna. Vasudevasudam devam kausachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Balanji, and thank you very much for chanting the prayers. Let us now proceed with our age-old tradition of kindling the sacred flame, Deep Prajwalan, a symbol of inner awakening and divine presence. The light does not merely brighten the space between us or before us, but represents the Jyoti of Vivek that leads sadhaks from confusion to clarity. For doing the Deep Prajwalan today, I would like to call upon Dr. Shalini Gupta from Agra. A doctor by profession, Shalini joined Geeta Pariwar in November 2023 and gives seva as TA, GC, and also in the monitoring and calling and support teams. Shalini ji, may I request you to light the lamp of knowledge on our behalf.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदा नुमः.
Thank you so much, Shalini ji, for taking us into your mandir and making us part of the Deep Prajwalan. We invite all sadhaks to share the link of the Geeta Pariwar website, which is www.learngeeta.com, to all their friends and family so that they too can come to the refuge of Geeta ji and embark on a wonderful spiritual transformative journey in their lives. Our 43rd L1 batch starts on 31st of October in 14 languages and 22 time slots. It is 14 languages since Manipuri language is being added for the first time to the languages that are already available. So now is the time for you to gift this unique gift to all your friends and family just by sharing the link of https joingeeta.com. Your friends and family can just click on that and register for the 31st October session. And now it is my profound honor to introduce our speaker this evening, senior trainer Vikas Vaidya, from whom you have been hearing the Vivechan session on chapter 11 for the past 4 weeks. Vikasji, with his deep study and knowledge, provides unique and valuable perspective through innumerable commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita. A world traveler who has been an NRI for 12 years, Vikasji is a polyglot speaking 6 languages, which is Hindi, Marathi, English, Indonesian, Malaysian, and Spanish. A bachelor in mechanical engineering and postgraduate diploma in business management, he runs a IT company from Pune. Over the last 5 years, Vikasji has been chanting the entire Bhagavad Gita every single day of the year as part of his personal sadhana. Beside his personal sadhana, Vikasji, as a senior trainer at Geeta Pariwar, serves in providing training and is involved in the process of selection and training of new trainers. He is involved in the teaching and conducting of impactful Vivechan sessions on Vishnu Sahasranam, also as a member of Pune chapter of Geeta Pariwar. He guides aspiring Geeta Vratis for the Geeta exam conducted by the Sringeri Peeth. He has himself aced the Geeta Kanthasthi exam at Sringeri Peeth, for which he was awarded the first prize at the hands of Param Pujya Jagat Guru Shankaracharya ji. I now humbly request Vikas ji, through his wonderfully vivid portrayals, to take us to the battlefield, where we find a deeply shaken and fearful Arjuna requesting Shri Krishna to return to his familiar, gentle human form. Vikas ji.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. जय श्री कृष्ण। स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन। We are discussing Adhyay 11th, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. We'll conclude this Adhyay today, and after concluding this Adhyay, we'll take a quick review as to what exactly we have learnt in this Adhyay so far. Total 55 shlokas are there. In each session, we have discussed some 12, 15 shlokas. So in each of these shlokas, what exactly we have learned, which are the, so as to say, takeaway points for us. After every Adhyay is complete, we need to take this review as to what is the takeaway for me from this Adhyay. So likewise, we'll take a takeaway review of this Adhyay at the end of session. Last time we had discussed up to shlok number 45. 45th shlok was Adrushtapuram Rishitosmi Društva Vaina cha Prabhititam Mano Me Tadeva Me Darshaya Deva Rupam Prasida Devesha Jagannivasa. So Arjuna was pleading that please come back to your original form. I cannot see this Vishwarup anymore now. Next, he concludes this. He says this, what he wants to see exactly now. He says this in shlok number 46. Kiritinangadinai chakrahastam ichhamitvan drashtumaham tathaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. I wish to see you before, as before, crowned, holding a mace and a disc in your hand, in your former state only. Chaturbhuja, I want to see. Having 4 arms. That is the Vishnu Rupa Bhagavan. 4,000 armed, Sahasrabaho, O universal manifestation. I want to see you in that form. Since this is the Vishnu Rupa, it is understood that God is holding a shankha, a conch, and also a lotus in the remaining 2 arms. So we know that by special grace, Arjuna has been shown the cosmic form. That is not easily seen by anyone. No one before has seen it, and one after him also has seen this. Arjuna has realized that Shri Krishna is much more than merely his friend. His divine personality encompasses unlimited universes. Yet, he is not attracted by the infinite opulences of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and he is not interested in doing the Aishwarya Bhakti. We discussed last time what is Aishwarya Bhakti and what is Madhurya Bhakti. So he is not interested in Aishwarya Bhakti, that I should keep praising the God. Oh, you are great, you are great. Okay, I have seen you are very great. But I love your friendliness with me more than that. So I want to get Madhurya Bhakti. Aishwarya Bhakti, okay. But please come back to my that Madhurya Bhakti form. So he refers to see Arjuna, the Almighty Paramatma, in the human form now. So first he pleads that I want to see your Chaturbhuj form, and later on God will come back to his human form, so that he can relate him as before, like a friend. Addressing the Lord as Sahasrabaho, means 1,000-armed one, Arjuna is now specifically requesting to see Chaturbaho. So both the words have been used intelligently. Sahasrabaho, your Sahasrabaho I am seeing now, but I want to see your Chaturbaho only. I don't want to see remaining 996 Baho. So I want to see your Chaturbaho form. See, the grace and charm of the earlier divine form of God, supporting the crown and bearing Gada and Chakra, mace and disc, is an endless spell of beauty and splendor of God. Eyes want to see more and more of this immensely attractive divine marvel. Gopis were also immensely delighted victims of this divine attraction of child Krishna, Balakrishna. His mother Yashoda, no wonder, was very crazy to see the expanding universe in her divine son's little mouth. So Arjuna is now requesting Kiritiranggadine Chakrastam Ichhamitman Drashtamantadeva Teneva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Vishwamurti. Please come back to your 4-armed palm, Vishnu Rupa. Now what God will respond to it, let us see whether God will accept his request or will postpone. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Maya Prasannena Tavarjunedam Rupam Parandarshitam Yogan Tejo Mayam Vishwamanantamadhyai Yanme Tadannena Drashtapurvam. Now we remember in Shlok 31, Arjuna had asked, who are you, this Virat Roop? Akhyahi meko bhavanugura rupo namostute deva prasida vidnyatam ichhami bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravritim. So Arjuna had asked in that Shlok exactly who you are. Akhyahi meko, who are you in this sphere form, Ugra Rupo? And Lord Krishna had replied that time, Kalos Piloka Kshakrudho. I am the Kal, I am the Mahakal. Krishna had said that he was the mighty world-destroying Kal, then engaged in wiping out the world. Hearing this reply and beholding Lord's terrible cosmic form, Arjuna thought, God is very, very angry. So ferocious form of a Lord, Arjuna thought God is very, very angry. So Arjuna prayed to him again and again, Prasida, 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 please be pleased with me. The Lord in the next shloka comments in order to remove Arjuna's misconception now that I am not angry, Baba. I am not angry. God says, Maya prasannena, Arjuna, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam, Rupam parandarshyatamatma yoga, Tejo mayam vishwanantamadde, yanme tvadannena drashtapurvam. Arjuna, why are you afraid? Being pleased with you graciously, I have shown you through my power of yoga, this supreme, shining, primal and infinite universal form. You only requested me, no? So I am happy with you. Why you say I am angry with you? If I was angry with you, would I show you this? I am happy with you. That's why I have shown this Vishwarup to you, which none other has seen this before you. So Arjuna could not have seen this Vishwarup and the Vishnurup and Vishwarup of God, but for God's love and grace for him. Arjuna was a Rajarshi, a devotee of the Lord. It is for this reason that God gifted him with the divine eyes to enable him to see this divine form. And not only the eyes, but the whole being of Arjuna, that means his mind and his intellect also, have been transformed and uplifted by God. Along with Divya Chakshu, Arjuna also indirectly got Jnana Chakshu. Chakshu will only see, no? Jnana Chakshu will enable him to see the divine form. Eyes being mere the instrument of mind, in isolation, eyes cannot do much. So God says, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam paran. Arjuna, you are time and again saying, be kind to me, prasida, prasida, prasida. But I have neither revealed this terrible cosmic form out of anger to frighten you. That was not my purpose, to frighten you. But because of your qualification, you deserve to be shown this Vishwarupa. That's why I have shown you. Not that I am angry with you. Deserving nature, deserving devotion, and your desire to behold my divine universal form that I, by my grace, bestowed upon the divine eyes to you to have a vision of this Virat Roop. It means it was only out of compassion that being pleased with you that I enable you to behold my cosmic form. Not that I was angry with you. All this shows that the Lord is much more gracious than a striver regards to him. His grace is infinite, while a man's power to admit his grace is limited. His grace is unlimited, we are limited. Generally, a striver, a devotee, in favorable circumstances, he thinks that Lord is pleased with me. When something good happens, कि साधक में से भगवान मेरे से बहुत खुश है. I am being given so much by God. God is very pleased with me. And he becomes very pleased when he gets things happening the way he wants. But the fact is that Lord showers his grace equally on that sadhak, on that striver, in favorable as well as in unfavorable circumstances. When the unfavorable circumstances come in your life, that is also by grace of God. There is some purpose behind it. It is the limited understanding of man which makes him to think that God is not happy with me. While every circumstance, every event in their life, Paramatma has planned for us to teach us something. Next shloka, 48.
I think we have lost Vikas. He should be back in a moment. In the meanwhile, while he is back, just wanted to again reiterate that our next batch is starting on the 31st of October, which is just about a couple of weeks away. And this time, a new language, which is Manipuri, is being added to the 13 other language which was already there in 22 time slots across 180 countries. So please forward the link, which is joingeeta.com, to your friends and family so that they too can come to the refuge of Geeta Mata. And you can also share the link of vivechan.learngeeta.com to your, I guess he's back.
विश्वमनन्तमाद्यै यन्मे त्वदन्येन दृष्टपूर्वम्. Now, we remember in Shlok 31, Arjuna had asked, who are you, this Virat Roop? Akhyahi meko bhavanugra rupo namostute deva prasida vidnyatamicchami bhavantamadya nahi prajanami tava pravritim. So Arjuna had asked in that Shlok exactly who you are. Akhyahi meko, who are you? In this sphere form, Ugra Rupo. And Lord Krishna had replied that time, Kalo Spiloka Kshakrudho. I am the Kal, I am the Mahakal. Krishna had said that he was the mighty world-destroying Kal, then engaged in wiping out the world. Hearing this reply and beholding Lord's terrible cosmic form, Arjuna thought, God is very, very angry. So ferocious form of a Lord, Arjuna thought God is very, very angry. So Arjuna prayed to him again and again, Prasida, 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 please be pleased with me. The Lord in the next shloka comments in order to remove Arjuna's misconception now that I am not angry, Baba. I am not angry. God says, Maya prasannena, Arjuna, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam, Rupam param darshetamatma yoga, Tejo mayam vishwananta madde, Yanmet pradanyena drashtapurvam. Arjuna, why are you afraid? Being pleased with you graciously, I have shown you through my power of yoga, this supreme, shining, primal and infinite universal form. You only requested me, no? So I am happy with you. Why you say I am angry with you? If I was angry with you, would I show you this? I am happy with you. That's why I have shown this Vishwarup to you, which none other has seen this before you. So Arjuna could not have seen this Vishwarup and Vishnurup and Vishwarup of God, but for God's love and grace for him. Arjuna was a Rajarshi, a devotee of the Lord. It is for this reason that God gifted him with the divine eyes to enable him to see this divine form. And not only the eyes, but the whole being of Arjuna, that means his mind and his intellect also, have been transformed and uplifted by God. Along with Divya Chakshu, Arjuna also indirectly got Jnana Chakshu. Chakshu will only see, no? Jnana Chakshu will enable him to see the divine form. Eyes being mere the instrument of mind, in isolation, eyes cannot do much. So God says, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam paran. Arjuna, you are time and again saying, be kind to me, prasida, prasida, prasida. But I have neither revealed this terrible cosmic form out of anger to frighten you. That was not my purpose, to frighten you. But because of your qualification, you deserve to be shown this Vishwarupa. That's why I have shown you. Not that I am angry with you. Deserving nature, deserving devotion, and your desire to behold my divine universal form that I, by my grace, bestowed upon the divine eyes to you to have a vision of this Virat Roop. It means it was only out of compassion that being pleased with you that I enable you to behold my cosmic form. Not that I was angry with you. All this shows that the Lord is much more gracious than a striver regards to him. His grace is infinite. While a man's power to admit his grace is limited. His grace is unlimited, we are limited. Generally, a striver, a devotee, in favorable circumstances, he thinks that Lord is pleased with me. When something good happens, कि साधक में से भगवान मेरे से बहुत खुश है. I am being given so much by God. God is very pleased with me. And he becomes very pleased when he gets things happening the way he wants. But the fact is that Lord showers his grace equally on that sadhak, on that striver, in favorable as well as in unfavorable circumstances. When the unfavorable circumstances come in your life, that is also by grace of God. There is some purpose behind it. It is the limited understanding of man which makes him to think that God is not happy with me. While every circumstance, every event in their life, Paramatma has planned for us to teach us something. Next shloka, 48. न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैर्न चक्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपः शक्यः नृलोके द्रष्टुं तदन्येन कुरु प्रवीर. Kuru Pravira, O best of Kuru warriors, no one other than you can ever see my universal form. For neither by study of Vedas, Vedadhyan, Yajna, by performing Yajnas, charity, Dana, Kriya Bhirna Tapovirugrahi, or any other sattvic pious activity, or by severe austerities. Ugra tapa, tapurgri. Can I be seen thus in this material world? People may study Vedas, they may do a lot of sattvic karmas, they can do a lot of danas, charities, they can do very ugra tapas. That will not help them to see me in this form. Lord says, Arjuna, only you have been blessed to see my Vishwarup, this form. For any being of the world, it is impossible to see the divine form, cosmic form of God. No known spiritual paths such as yoga, tapa, austerity, charity, Veda studies, scriptural studies, jnana, nothing can help to see the God in this form which you have seen. God showered him his mercy on Arjuna because he had unconditionally surrendered to him. Shadiman Tvam Prapannam. I have become your Shishya, I have surrendered to you. That was he has said in second Adhyaya, we remember that. So God is showering his mercy on Arjuna because he had unconditionally surrendered to him. Can we do that? Can we unconditionally surrender to the God and seek his guidance and direction, not for any personal or selfish motive, but to know the best way to attain him? Arjuna did the same. He said, please tell me in my interest what is the best for me to attain the moksha. The other person who shared the grace of God to see his divine form was Sanjay, as we know. So Arjuna, you alone can see my universal form. God says to him. That is good in a way that only Arjuna has seen the form. Isn't it? After all, how many of us would like to see such a terrifying, fierce form of Krishna? We love seeing Krishna with a flute in his hand, with a smile on his face, with a crown on his head. If he comes and stands in front of us like this, the way he has shown himself to Arjuna, Tavshtra Karani Bhayanakani, chewing all the warriors in his teeth. Some are trying to come out from his mouth, and he is Leliya Segra Samana Samantal, Lokan Samagaran Vadanit Jaladbhi. That form can we see? If God stands in that form in front of us, we will say, oh God, please stop. I cannot see this. I want to see you in that Plutwala Krishna only. I don't want to see this form. When Santa Kabir was asked about God, what is God? What is your God? Kabir would say, what his God was not. What is God? I cannot say. I can tell you what my God is not. The one who is sometimes manifest and sometimes unmanifest, who is born and subject to death, he cannot be my beloved God. We cannot define what is God. We can say what God is not. Now there are 108 principal Upanishads, which are considered to be an ocean of Vedantic knowledge. But we'll be surprised to know that none of these Vedas mention an individual persona called Vishnu. None of the Vedas say about Vishnu. There is no mention of the God adorned by a crown on his head, a crown or mace in his hand, and a chakra in his finger and all that. No mention in Veda of such God. It gives bare reality, Mahan Tattva, naked truth, core essence, the Tattva. That is what the Upanishads reveal about the Param Tattva. Nowhere it is said Bhagavan Vishnu or anything. Vedas exist for last 80,000 years. While Shri Krishna was there hardly 5,500 years back. So Vedas can explain about Vishnu Rupa or Krishna Rupa. Then the question may come up. What is going on here in Veda, in Bhagavad-Gītā then? Why is Shri Krishna saying all this about? That is his divine play, his divine Leela. And that is the uniqueness of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, that he wholeheartedly accepts every event, every game, and embraces every bit of drama and performs it impeccably. He has shown his Vishnu Rup, he has shown his Vishwarup, he is showing now his human form also. A Santa, he would say, Lord, if I love you out of fear of hell, that if I don't pray for you, if I don't love you, then you will drop me in the hell. If out of that fear I am loving you, Lord, if I love you out of fear of hell, throw me into the hell if I love you for the sake of heaven. I love you because if I love you, you will give me the heaven. So for that reason, if I love you for the sake of heaven, close its gate for me. But if I love you for the sake of loving you, don't expect anything. I want to love you. That's all, finished. Full stop. I want to love you. Then do not deny yourself to me. I want to only love you. Then you don't deny yourself to me. So that is a request from a true devotee. I don't want anything from you, Lord. I just want to love you. That's all. When we say this to the Lord with complete love, it will only be a matter of time before we will be united with Him in the form we cherish most. If you are a Krishna Bhakta, you will become one with Lord Krishna. If you are Ram Bhakta, you will become one with Shri Ram. The question is, are we ready mentally and intellectually to say this consciously? These 4 lines, what we said just now. Do we have the quality of constantly learning things that are happening around us and keep improving ourselves? Small things can teach us big lessons in life. Pencil, this pencil in my hand, you see this pencil. We can learn many things from this pencil. So there is time to tell a small story about the pencil. What can we learn from pencil? Once upon a time, a boy was watching his grandmother writing a letter. Curiously, he asked, "Granny, what are you writing? Is it something interesting? Are you writing about me?" The grandmother stopped writing. Turning to her grandson, she said, "Of course, I am writing about you, my dear friend, my dear child. But more important than that, words, what I am writing, this pencil, you see this pencil in my hand? You see the pencil with which I am writing. I hope you grow up implementing the lessons we can learn from this pencil. So don't look at what I am writing, look at the pencil in my hand." The boy was surprised. He came running towards his granny, and after having a close inspection of the pencil in her hand, he inquired, "Lesson from the pencil? What are you talking, Granny? What is so special about this pencil you are saying? What can I learn from this pencil?" The Granny replied, "My dear child, that depends on how you see the things. This pencil has 7 qualities which you can learn. Pencil has 7 qualities, which if you manage to incorporate in your life, it will make your life wonderful. You will become a wonderful person who is always at peace of mind, who is always at peace with himself and situations around you." Let me explain. The grandmother said, "Let me explain." And then she went on explaining the 7 qualities of that pencil, which if we incorporate in our life, will be a changed person. What are the 7 qualities? Quality number 1. Just like this pencil, we are all capable of doing great things in life. But we must never forget that there is a hand backing us all the time. Pencil on its own cannot do anything unless the hand is holding it, isn't it? So we should always remember that whatever we are doing, great things in life, somebody is getting it done from me. Pencil is not writing on its own. The hand is getting it written. This is the first lesson. We call that hand as God. And God is getting it done for me. Who is always there, working in the background, helping us to navigate in our life. So this is quality number 1, which we can learn from the pencil. Quality number 2. From time to time, we have to sharpen the tip of our pencil. If you write for the whole day, at the end of the day, it will not be able to write. When you sharpen the pencil, it hurts the pencil a little bit. But later on, it works more efficiently. Similarly, tough times prepare us to face bigger challenges in the life. It is like a sharpening. Tough times are like a sharpener in our life, which in turn plays an important role in our inner development and help us to become a better human being. Like that pencil becomes better in writing, we become a better human being when we get sharpened with the tough times in our life. So this is the second quality which we can learn from pencil. Third quality, a pencil gives us the chance to rectify our mistakes. We can always use an eraser to rectify our mistakes. Making mistakes is not bad. Everybody makes mistakes. But important thing is to rectify the mistakes and never repeat the same mistake again in life. Rather learn from mistakes and move forward. So this is third thing which we learn from the pencil. Fourth thing, it hardly matters how great a pencil looks from outside if the graphite inside does not write. The pencil is very colorful, good, beautiful color, but the graphite inside is not good enough. So what is the use of that pencil then? Likewise, our experience is not our real identity. Our real identity depends on our inner appearance. Like for pencil, the graphite inside is more important than the what is the wooden covering there outside. So our real identity depends on our inner appearance, how we are from inside as human beings. Inner beauty is always more important than the outer beauty. It is the supreme. So that was the quality number 4 of pencil. Quality number 5. A pencil writes and leaves a mark that is capable of inspiring millions of people and changing their lives. The people, they write beautiful things. And that message, it changes the life of their devotees, their bhaktas. Likewise, the choices we make in our life leave some mark behind. Pencil leaves the mark behind. The choices we make in our life leave some marks behind, reflecting our life journey. We leave our marks in the form of our thoughts, our actions. They define who we truly are. So this is quality number 5 that we learn from the pencil. Quality number 6. A pencil gets shorter and shorter with every use. So does life. Life also gets shorter with every passing moment, isn't it? Why not make most of it? While we still have the time, why not chase our true purpose in life when we have got the chance? So getting shorter is another thing which we learn from the pencil, that our life also getting shorter. So whatever best we want to do it now. Finally, 7th quality of pencil would be it writes till the end of its life. थोड़ा सा भी graphite बाकी होगा, it will keep writing. A pencil finishes one day, but the work it leaves behind stays forever. Can we be as useful and productive as a pencil till our last day? The grandmother smiled and left the grandchild with a question mark on his face. This world is a place of wonders and also a place of learning moral lessons. Every small thing around us can teach us big lessons. We need to have that drushti, that sight. Small things can give us big lessons. Be observant and learn to help others. Okay, let us proceed to next sloka now, 49. God says, Mate vathama cha vimudhavavo društva rupam ghoramid brahmamedam vipedavih pritamana punastvam tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. Now in this sloka, Lord Shri orders Arjuna to behold his divine gentle form in order to remove his fear. You want to see forearm form now? See now. You don't have any fear now. I am showing you my forearm form, Vishnu Rup. God says, on seeing such a frightening form of mine, Virat Rup, be neither afraid nor get confused, bewildered. With a fearless and complacent mind, behold once again the same forearm form of mine, the Vishnu Rupa. The word see my actual form. God says, see my actual form. or used to encourage Arjuna to have completed the rarest of rare divine form. Because enjoying life, full view of the beautiful form of God, having 4 arms supporting the crown, supporting the conch, supporting the mace and disc. If anyone gets a chance to see this form of God, it is a guarantee of attaining moksha. So God is showing that form to Arjuna. You are going to get moksha. The Lord is not only love. This is what we learn in this adhyaya. Lord is not only love. He is terror also. In Hindu tradition, this other face of Lord, face of terror, is expressed by the law of karma. And what we can see that the fearful events of working around us these days, or for all the time. Today we are reaping what we have sown. The wars, what we see, or what we have seen, right from First World War, or even before that, Second World War. Now people are talking of Third World War also. What the wars that are going on at present? Israel, Hamas, Israel, Gaza, Israel, Iran, Russia, Ukraine, God alone knows, which have cost millions of lives so far and brought so much of sorrow and destruction, have not been inflicted upon us by anybody from outside. The destructive forces are not only outside, they are within us, they are within human beings. In the very depth of our consciousness, these forces are there. All of us are involved in the fearful course our world is taking today. United States of America alone is exporting armaments more than around $250-300 billion. That means other countries are importing armaments worth that much amount, which means a lot of people are involved in manufacturing of armaments, in trading of those armaments, in transporting those armaments, in stockpiling, and in deploying this. And then every American shares the responsibility in that case for this deadly trade. America is propagating all this. So every American is responsible for this. And they have to pay for this one day, for these karmas. We have to begin where we are and do the best we can. See, it is said that the world's problems can be solved more effectively by many little people acting together than by the president or parliament of that country. Are we doing our bit of at least writing a letter on internet or through post? What are our views on this situation? If our words are true, they have to have an effect. If millions of people start writing, millions of people start protesting, something will change. Governments are by the people and for the people. This is what Abraham Lincoln had said, famous sentence of him. American people should think they can refuse to be a party to this violence in any way, no matter how indirect it may be. Many industries involved in making of these arms, deadly arms, their development and their sale. If even a small proportion of these people withdraw their support from these activities of this making these machineries of violence, this problem can be brought under control. That awareness has to come. Whether it will come, whether it will not come, when it will come, we don't know. Okay, next shloka. Sanjayam vacho ityarjunam vasudevastatoktva swakam rupan darshayamasa bhuyah ashvasayamasa cha bhitaminam bhutva punah samyavapur mahatma. Sanjay says now, he is narrating all this to his blind king Dhritarashtra. Having spoken thus means what God has said, Mati Vitamajmi Uda, Udusharupam Goravidurung Vedam, Vivedvih Pritamanapranasam Tadeva Me Rupavdam Prapasha. After hearing all this, Sanjay says, having spoken thus, the compassionate son of Vasudeva, that means Bhagavan Shri Krishna, displayed his personal four-armed form again, Vishnu first. Then he further consoled the frightened Arjuna by assuming his gentle two-armed form. So Vishwarup first coming to Vishnurup, and Vishnurup coming now to human form, two-arm form. Shri Krishna hid the vision of his cosmic form and manifested before Arjuna in his four-armed form. It is adorned with a golden diadem, disc, mace, and lotus flower, Vishnu. It is the repository of all divine opulences such as majesty, omniscience, omnipotence. The four-armed form of Shri Krishna, that means Lord Vishnu, evokes the sentiments of awe and reverence, much like the citizens of kingdom towards the king. We discussed this in Aishwarya Bhakti. However, Arjuna is not interested even in that. He was the Sakha of Shri Krishna. And devotion dominated by the sentiments of awe and reverence could never satisfy him. I am not able to get shocked mentally again and again. I want to see that friend. He had played with Krishna. He had eaten with him. He confided many secrets of him to Krishna, shared loving personal moments with him. Such blissful devotion of Sakhya Bhav, devotion with Sakhya Bhav is considering God as your friend, Sakhya Bhav. That is infinitely more sweeter than the Aishwarya Bhakti, where the Lord is seen as a distinct and almighty Lord. No, Bhapri, Lord is Lord, I am an insignificant person. But when this Bhav changes to Sakhya Bhav, then love is many times more than that. Yes, Arjuna, to confirm Arjuna's sentiment of devotion, Shri Krishna finally hid his four-armed form and transformed himself to his original two-armed form. See, God's care, God's concern, and God's compassion for his true devotees is unlimited. Unlimited. Out of compassion, God revealed his cosmic divine form to Arjuna, who was keen to see it. And now seeing Arjuna terror-struck after letting him have a full spiritual benefit, God immediately assumed his beautiful form to console Arjuna by showing his two-armed rupa. Everything he is doing as per the request of Arjuna. Otherwise, he was a two-armed Krishna sitting in front of him in the chariot. Arjuna requested, no, I want to see your Vishwarupa form. Okay, he obliged, see Vishwarupa. Four-arm form, okay, see four-arm form. No, two-arm form again, I am scared. Okay, two-arm form. So he is following the request from Arjuna. How gracious the Lord was to Arjuna. That first he revealed the cosmic form, then the divine form, four-arm form, and finally assumed his two-armed form. Moreover, he has also showered his grace on all of us, that we should think of Lord whenever and wherever our mind is attracted towards any person, any object, any glory, or any merit. Wherever we see in the world, we should remember the God. All of us have got the same opportunity of listening to his divine glories, thanks to Arjuna, and thinking of him, and thinking of collecting his cosmic form. If we read this Adhyaya every day, and remember every word that we have discussed, it takes a video film rotating our mind every day. So we see that Vishwarupa every day mentally. A video film takes round in our mind every day. So the Vishwarupa which was available for very selected few persons like Arjuna and Sanjaya, we can also have it every day. So we should never miss this opportunity of having that video film in our mind every time we read this Adhyaya. Next. Now having said this, Sanjaya, now Arjuna says, Arjuna uvacha drutvedam manusham rupan tava saume janardana idanimaspi samvritta sacheta prakritingataha. Prakritingataha, I come back to my natural form now. When the Lord, by assuming the human form, consoled Arjuna, Arjuna said like this. What he says? Having seen this gentle human form of yours, drutvedam manusham rupan, I am now composed and I am restored in my normal nature. Idanimasmi samvrddha sacheta prakriting kataha. So now it is obvious that seeing God in his cosmic form was not all heaven and bliss. Definitely not. Ishvara forms the three functional forms which also includes death and destructions. He creates, he maintains, and he destroys also. That is also God only, no? And this last phase of death and destruction is unimaginably terrifying, even to the brave Kshatriya like Arjuna. It is therefore a reminder to all of us that we must perform all our karma in this world with proper care and caution. Because the divine computer of karma is registering everything. In fact, it records those karmas more meticulously which we want to hide. Nobody wants to know, but God knows. He registers everything. And our karma will decide whether we see the God in the divine form or we see the God in his terrifying form. Both are gods only. Whether we deserve to see the divine form of God or whether we deserve to see his terrifying form depends on our karmas. In a moment of infinite tenderness, the Lord reveals to Arjuna that he who contains all galaxies. In 10th Adhyaya, we remember in the last sloka, God has said that I am holding it in my small fragment of mine. Ekam Kshena Sthito Jagat. All Jagat is in my small fragment. So, he who contains all galaxies is still none other than Shri Krishna, his beloved friend, companion and guide. Arjuna takes a sigh of relief and he calls Arjuna by a very sweet name in this shloka, Janardana. Janardana is the worldly meaning of Janardana is one who intoxicates the people. Intoxication does not necessarily mean drugs and drinking. The changes in the consciousness due to these are artificial. Drugs and liquor. They are prompted by external objects and the circumstances change. People often go under depression. Druggists go under depression. The joy Arjuna is experiencing, or he experienced, the joy of being united with the Lord is permanent. So that is what he is saying. That after seeing all this, I am thrilled. But now I come back to my original form. Idanimasi samurta praputin gataha. Next sloka 52. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupan Drishtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityan Darshana Kankshinaha. Shri Krishna, supporting Arjuna's view expressed in the previous sloka, explains the rarity of the vision of his form of divine form. He says it is extremely difficult to obtain the vision you have had. Even the gods are always longing to see me in this aspect, in this form. Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityan Darshana Kankshina. They are always Darshana Kankshina of this Rupa, but they cannot see this. After showing Arjuna his cosmic form and praising it for being manifest exclusively for him, Shri Krishna wants to ensure that Arjuna's love for the personal form of God is firm and strong. Hence, Shri Krishna says that the way in which Arjuna sees the God is exceedingly rare. He emphasizes that even the celestial gods yearn to realize the God in this form. What you have seen, Arjuna? Devas, the gods, are great spiritual and moral personalities who have great character and profound spiritual knowledge. They are so keen to have a glimpse of this divine cosmic form, but they cannot have that great luck like Arjuna. It is not possible to get such a unique response from the God. Great Rajarshi Arjuna could invoke such a rare response from Lord due to his great faith and devotion and surrender, of course. Arjuna, being a great yogi prince, a renowned hero in every sense of the term hero, was a great devotee of God and had deep karmanishtha. It was due to these excellent merits that he was holding that he attracted Lord's grace. And of course, the role of karma samskar is bound to be there. So karmanishtha and karma samskar, both are important. Lord says, the demigods too long to see my cosmic form, and why not? When people are so taken in by something extraordinary, they always want to see that extraordinary. Then they don't want to see ordinary, isn't it? Ordinary regards boring, whereas extraordinary is much sought after by everybody. There are well-defined yoga siddhis. Yoga siddhis, Anima, Mahima, and Laghima. In Mahima, the yogi can expand his size to whatever proportion he wants. Mahima. Example of Mahima is Hanumanji. Hanumanji had attained this siddhi of Mahima. When the demon Surasa blocked his path to Sri Lanka, and thundered that she would gobble him up, gobble him up. Hanuman said, fine, open your mouth. But the wider she opened her mouth, the bigger Hanuman's body became, Mahima. And then before she could understand what was going on, abruptly Hanuman made his form so minuscule that he swiftly entered her mouth and came back. Expanding, magnifying, or diminishing the body size, making the body heavier or lighter, these are some yoga siddhis, which if someone were to exhibit publicly, it is but natural that the onlookers will get terrified. Kya ho raha hai? Petrified, distressed. That is why it is advocated in yoga that even if you have attained some such siddhi, one should not make a public display of it. Should not make an exhibition out of it. Question may arise then. If not to be displayed, then why should I acquire this siddhi? मेरे को दिखाने का ना पब्लिक को कि मैं I have attained this siddhi. But let us understand one thing clearly. Whatever siddhi you may have, you may be very brainy, you may be very intelligent, you may have attained some siddhi also. But let us understand one thing very clearly, that by exhibiting the siddhi, your ego will get bolstered. And bolstering of ego is absolutely not acceptable to God. It is not good for our spiritual journey. That's why public display of our knowledge, public display of our siddhi is to be avoided. Next sloka. Naham vedirna tapasa nadanena na chejya shakya evam vido drattan drattavanasi yatha. The form in which you have seen me cannot be seen either through Veda knowledge, Vedirna, Tapasa, Tapa, penance, austerity, charity, or performance of yoga. Aham Vedirna Tapasa na dane nichajya shakya evam vido drattan drattamani yatha. So Shri Krishna says, the form that Arjuna has seen, that cannot be seen by performing any amount of Vedic studies. You may learn by heart all the 4 Vedas, all the Upanishads. You can perform great Ugra tapas, austerities. You can do a lot of yajnas, fire sacrifices, yajna. The basic spiritual principle is that God cannot be cannot be known by the strength of one's efforts. You may go on taking efforts. These are the efforts, no? Studying Vedas, performing yajna, doing charities. These are the efforts from our side. However, only those who engage in devotion to Him become recipient of His grace. And by virtue of His grace, they are easily able to know Him. So God's grace is a must. This could be the instrument to attain His grace, to get His grace. But merely studying Vedas, merely doing charities, merely performing yajnas is not enough to see Him in this form. Upanishads say, God cannot be known either by spiritual discourses or through the intellect. Nor can He be known by hearing various kinds of teachings. God is the Supreme Soul. Nobody can see the soul unless the beholder also is the soul. If I have this feeling in me that I am a body, Paramatma is super soul, Param Atma. We are a body. If I say I am a body, how the body can see the soul, Paramatma? Only soul can see the soul. It is for this reason that God gifted Arjuna with the spiritual eye. Soul seeing does not mean that soul is a duality. We are also fragment of Paramatma only. It means to have soul consciousness. This consciousness that I am also a fragment of God. God says knowledge of Veda, Yajna, Tapa, or good sattvic karmas can only lead a person to heaven, but not God realization. That means, oh my God, does it mean that we should give up all these actions of studying Vedas, performing Yajna, Tapa, or good sattvic karmas, because they will not help us in God realization? God is saying like this here. They will not get us to the Lord then. No, it doesn't mean that. We should not ignore this and leave these sattvic practices. Because God has confirmed this in 18th Adhyay. Yajnana tapa na tyajyamiti chapare. You should never give up this. The threefold acts of yajna, dana, tapa should never be given up, as they purify the heart of even those who are ardent, who are jnani seeker of God. Then what to talk of us? It will definitely purify our hearts. So this should not be given up. But don't be under the impression that by performing this, you will realize the God. When the Lord cannot be seen even by the meritorious acts of yajna, dana, tapa, then how can he be seen? Lord Krishna suggests the means for seeing this God, realizing this God, in the next two shlokas. Next slok, 54. Bhaktyatmanannaya shakya ahamevam vidorjana jnatun drashtancha tatvena praveshtvaincha parantapa. Wonderful slok this is. Jnatun drashtancha tatvena praveshtvaincha parantapa. These are the wonderful lines. God says, Arjuna, the parantapa means the scorcher of foes, enemies, parantapa. By deep faith and devotion, by this form can be seen and known and can also enter into. Jnatun drashtunja praveshtunja. Jnatun, no. Drashtum, to see. Praveshtunja, to enter into it. To become one with it. In this shloka, Shri Krishna emphasizes bhakti as the means for attaining him. Earlier shloka we have seen in this adhyay only. He had stated that his universal form can only be seen by devotion. Now in this shloka, Shri Krishna emphatically declares that he can only be realized through bhakti. This is repeatedly said in Vedas also. Vedas say devotion alone will unite us with the God. Devotion alone will help us to see him. Devotion alone will help us to attain him. God is enslaved by true devotion, which is the best of all paths. Bhagavata also says, Uddhava, I come under the control of my devotees. God has accepted this, that I come under the control of my devotees and I am won over by them. But those who do not engage in devotion can never attain me. By practicing Ashtanga Yoga or by studying Sankhya Yoga or other philosophies, performing other pious acts and austerities, or cultivating sannyas renunciation. Further it says, I am only attained through bhakti. Those who engage in my bhakti with faith are very dear to me. In Ramayana also a similar chopa is there which says, without devotion, one can never attain the God. No matter how much one endures through the practice of Ashtanga Yoga, austerities and knowledge, jnana and detachment. See, deep faith and devotion are the only criteria to see the four-armed form of God and know the God. God says, the only such faith-filled worshippers can enter into him. That means become one with him. The devotees must have full faith and trust in the God. The mere knowledge of scriptures, Vedas, and performance of yoga, dana, tapa are not enough to see this form of God. The keen desire of devotee of God realization arouses in the desire in the Lord also to meet his devotee. When our devotion becomes of that high level, the God also becomes curious. Who is this guy? Let me meet him. Then he removes all the obstacles of the devotee and by his grace reveals himself to the devotee without consideration of his eligibility. Your devotion, no? You are rich or poor, I don't care. Devotion is the only thing I see. Now, three words are used here: Jnatum, Drashtum, and Praveshtum. Jnatum means gaining knowledge about the object. Here, the object is Paramatma, the God. So, Jnatum means gaining knowledge about God. Drashtum means seeing the object directly, seeing the God. And Praveshtum means merging into it, becoming one with him, with the object. Object is God here. So, Jnatum, Drashtum, and Praveshtum. Three words. These are the three distinct stages of spirituality. Merely gaining knowledge of something does not mean that one has seen it. And seeing does not mean that one has entered or merged into it. For example, if someone has a strong liking for, say, any sweet, say, Amrakhanda. In Pune, we enjoy Amrakhanda. Amrakhanda is a sweet dish made out of mango pulp and curd. Suppose he desires to eat that Amrakhanda. He learns where it is available, what it is, where and how it is prepared, and even see it physically in front of him. Jnatum drashtum, both ho gaya. Jnatum ho gaya, drashtum ho gaya. But merely seeing it does not satisfy his craving. True satisfaction comes only when he actually eats it, he tastes it. In the same way, the joy experienced through gaining knowledge of the divine form, Jnatum, having direct vision of the form, Drashtum, and merging into that form in essence, Praveshtum, are the three different stages of spiritual experience. However, all these three stages, the devotees must possess unwavering, exclusive devotion towards the Lord. In short, Jnatum, Drashtum, Praveshtum are the three distinct states, and when these are fully realized, one attains the true vision of the Lord's essence and ultimately merges, becomes one, enters into that divine being. In Hindu tradition, we have beautiful stories showing the power of such faith and devotion in God. One such small story we can discuss today. That story is about a boy called Haridas, whose mother was a great devotee of Gopala, called Krishna. Every day Haridas had to walk to school through a forest inhabited by all kinds of wild animals. The journey frightened him every day because every time he would hear roaring of some wild animals here and there. So much so that he asked one day to his mother what to do, to continue going to school or leave the school. Mother said, "Don't be afraid, Hari. When you have your big brother, why do you worry? You have big brother Gopala who lives in the forest. All you have to do is, when you pass through the forest, call him by his name, Gopala. He will come and he will escort you. He will help you to cross that forest. And you can go to school. While coming back, again you call Gopala. He will bring you here. He will help you cross the forest again." Haridas had never heard about his big brother, his elder brother earlier. He was wondering why mother is suddenly talking about my elder brother. But he believed his mother. How mother can tell me a lie? So he believed his mother's words completely. The next day when he entered the forest, he called out, "Gopala, Gopala, Gopala." At first, no one appeared. But the boy's faith was so great that Gopala is going to come. Mother has said, no, Gopala is there and he will come. His faith was so great in Gopala and as well as his mother, he went on calling and calling, "Gopala, Gopala, Gopala." After a while, a form from behind the tree, a young handsome man in a yellow silk cloth, yellow silk dhoti, wearing a peacock feather in his rich black hair, he just appeared. "What is this shouting all about?" he asked. He asked Hari, "Why are you calling me?" Then Gopala said, "You are my big brother. My mother said you are my big brother. I want to cross the forest, going to school every day." He said, "Okay, that's all. Okay, come, we'll go." They started walking. This started happening every day. They became close friends. And from that day onwards, Shri Krishna appeared every time the boy called him, Gopala, 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 and Gopala will come. And went with him as far as the edge of that forest. Haridas was never afraid in that forest again. One day, the boy was little nervous. Haridas, he was very nervous, and he said to his mother that tomorrow there is a feast in the school, and every boy has been asked to bring something to eat for the whole class. You should bring some item which will suffice the entire class. But we are so poor that I cannot take anything to school which will suffice to the entire class. But Hari's mother was unperturbed, undisturbed. She said, why do you worry? Just ask your big brother Gopala to give you some yogurt to take with you. He loves yogurt. Your Gopala brother, he loves yogurt like anything. And he has a lot of butter with him. He will give yogurt. Don't worry. Ask him. Next day, Hari arrived at the school with a little bowl of yogurt. He told Gopala. Gopala gave, okay, take this bowl of yogurt. When they all sat down to eat, Hari's yogurt was passed on to all with the other dishes. It was just a small bowl. And there should have been yogurt just enough for 3 or 4 persons at the most. But no matter how much yogurt was taken out from that bowl, it was never getting empty. It was a bottomless bowl. Naturally, the teacher became very interested, quite interested to know this phenomena. He called Hari, Hari, come here. Where did you get this bottomless bowl from? Who gave you this bottomless bowl? People are taking yogurt from it and it is not getting finished at all. What is this magic? Hari replied, my older brother, Gopala, he gave me this. The mother knew, the teacher knew his mother. He knew that this Hari has no brother. He said, why are you telling me a lie? You have no big brother. He said, no, I have a big brother. He stays in the forest. My mother told me, and I call him. He comes every day. I come to school with him. Teacher said, I don't believe you. Can you show me your big brother? Yeah, come with me. That day after school, Hari started going back home. Teacher also came with him. Hari was stuck to his words. Gopal is there. Teacher wanted to see, who is this Gopal? I want to see. So finally, teacher decided to accompany that boy, Hari. The school was over that day. Who is this mysterious Gopala, older brother of Hari, who handed over this miraculous, unending bowl of yogurt to him? But in his heart, he was thinking, that teacher was thinking that this boy was telling me a lie. There is the forest. Hari called, Gopala, Gopala, Gopala. And Krishna appeared from behind one of the trees with yellow silk dhoti, peacock in his head. Hari waved, hi Gopala, hi Gopala. And then he turned to his teacher and said, this is my big brother Gopala. I was telling you, no, this is Mr. Gopala, my big brother. Do you believe me now that I have a big brother? Now can I run? Can I run home? I want to tell my mother how wonderful party we had today in the school. And the boy ran away. He went running to his home. Hurriedly he ran off. The school teacher was looking. He was left standing there feeling rather ridiculous because he was not able to say anything. What devotion can show you? If you have no devotion, nothing you can see. It is a simple story. It is a simple story, but it illustrates the power of complete faith in God. When we come to have this kind of unquestioning trust in the God within us, without any kind of selfish reservations for ourselves, there is no end to the resources that will flow into our lives. But unfortunately, at present, very little of our love flows inwards. Most of it is flowing outwards to other things like money, property, prestige, car, or something like that. If we reverse that flow of our love flowing outside and make it flowing inside to the Paramatma that is sitting in us. We can experience the Lord as Hari has experienced. Now, in the next shloka, which is the last shloka, Shri Krishna is describing the nature of bhakti. Mat karma krunmat paramo mad bhakta sangha varjitaha nirvairas sarva bhuteshu yassamameti pandava. Whoever makes me the supreme goal of all their karmas. Mat karma krunmat paramo mad bhakta sangha varjitaha. And acts without selfish attachment. Sangha varjitaha. Who devoted himself to me completely and is free from ill wills for any creature. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. He enters into me, he becomes one with me. Yassamameti pandava. See, at the end of 9th Adhyaya, Rajavidya Rajagu Yoga, we have learned that Shri Krishna had asked Arjuna to fix his mind upon him and be devoted to him. Manmana bhavnakto madhya jiman namaskuru mame veshasi yuktvema atmana mat parayana. This was the end of the 9th Adhyaya. So to enhance his devotion, he further revealed the secrets about himself in 10th Adhyaya also, Vibhuti Yoga. And this in the 11th Adhyaya, Vishwarupa Yoga also, Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga also. In the previous slok, Lord has emphasized on the supremacy of path of devotion. Now he concludes this Adhyaya by highlighting the 5 characteristics of those who engage in exclusive devotion for him. First, they perform all the duties for me, mat karma. They do all their karmas for me. Accomplished devotees do not divide their work into material and spiritual duties. ये भगवान के लिए है, वो मेरे लिए है, as we normally do. They perform every work for the pleasure of the God, thus treating every karma as sacred for the God. Sant Kabir says, when I walk, I think I am taking rounds around the Lord. Pradakshana. मैं चल रहा हूँ मतलब I am thinking that I am doing pradakshana around the Lord. When I work, I think I am serving the Lord. And when I sleep, I think I am offering him obeisances. Saštang lotangan obeisances. In this manner, I perform no activity other than which is offered to him. I eat for him, I sleep for him, I walk for him. Everything I do for him. Second characteristics, they depend upon me. Those who rely upon me, their spiritual practices to reach God are not exclusively dependent upon him. That is because he is attained by his grace and not merely by spiritual practices. These exclusive devotees do not even rely upon their devotion as a means of attaining him. Rather, they place their entire faith in his grace only, grace alone, and see their devotion as merely a way of attracting his divine grace. They know that by offering devotion, we are not going to see the Lord. After devotion, God will bestow his grace on us, and then we will be able to realize him. So the devotion, they know that it's only a means, it's only an instrument to attract his grace. Third thing, they are devoted to me. The devotees do not feel the need for performing any other spiritual practices such as cultivation of knowledge of the Sankhya or practice of Ashtanga Yoga or performance of Yajna, etc., etc., etc. In this way, they feel their relationship is only with the God alone. They behold only their beloved Lord Shri Krishna, pervading all objects, all personalities, all events. Fourth, they are free of attachment. Sangha varjita. Devotion requires the engagement of mind. This is only possible if the mind is detached from the material world, isn't it? If the mind is attached to material world, how can you have devotion for God only? Not possible, no? So exclusive devotees are free from all bodily attachments and repose their mind in God alone. Fifth thing, they are without malice towards all beings. Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. If the heart feels with malice, dvesh, vair for others, it will again not remain exclusively towards Lord. then you will keep thinking of, oh, I will punish that fellow. Isn't it? Thus, exclusively devotees do not harbor any malice towards those who have harmed them also. Instead, the God resides in the heart of all beings. They see all actions as stemming from Him, and so they forgive even their wrongdoers. This is the vision of Lord which we have to cultivate everywhere, all the time. Now, how can we know, how to know that we are becoming aware of Lord in our life? Okay, reading Gita every day, thinking, contemplating every day, but some indication has to come, no? That Lord is coming in my life. How to get that indication? Whenever we are able to forget our own petty satisfactions in working for the welfare of others, whether it is our family, our community, or the world, we are becoming a little more aware of the Lord. Whenever we are able to remember that what hurts us hurts others also, we are becoming a little more aware of Lord. Whenever we are able to respond patiently and positively to others, even if they are hostile to us or rub us on the wrong side, we are becoming a little more aware of the Lord. So when Shri Krishna tells us about devotion, it does not mean a private relationship between us and Lord. तुम और मैं, बाकी सब दुनिया जाने को, दुनिया को जाने दो. He doesn't say that. He means that the whole of our relationship with every living creature, because every creature is God. It doesn't say you and me should have exclusive relationship. In this final shloka of Vishwarupa Darshana, the Lord gives us His promise that if we devote ourselves to Him completely, whether we call Him Krishna, Shri Ram, Shiva, whatever, we will be united with Him without fail, entering into Him with wholeness, to become one with the indivisible unity that He revealed to Arjuna in this Adhyaya. If we keep our eyes on this supreme goal of life every time, our life will be full of meaning. Every decision we take will be significant for the world. Every morning, we will renew our decision not to live life for ourselves, but to do what adds to the welfare of everyone. And once we have learned to make this decision, we can live the life in a village, in a city, or any country, or any society. But we can give a good account of our life if we follow this practice in our life. There is a story which illustrates this point more effectively. Take it as an anecdote only. On the very first day of Sun's creation, Sun God's creation, people expected to see the shining of the sky forever. They thought the sun it will there for all the time. No one knew that the sun had dipped into the water every evening for 12 hours to take a bath in the water. That it rose refreshed every morning. Nobody knew that time. So on the first evening of creation, everyone was terrified to see sun about to set and once again darkness beginning to spread across the world. They did not know what to do. Sun abhi aaya to ja raha hai abhi. Again we'll have dark. One little person stood up and said, I will light a candle. I will light a candle. Someone else said, I will join you. I will also light a candle. Here, there, everywhere, millions of people started lighting the candle, and soon the whole world was filled with light again. Sun has set, but the light has not. This simple story shows the importance of every person on the earth, no matter how insignificant our lives may appear to be. See, we may look ordinary, but within the heart of each of us lie a tremendous capacity for love and service. If we can keep our eyes always on Lord's love, there will be no problem on the earth which will be too dire for ordinary people like you and me, which cannot be solved. Can we Hindus learn and unite and burn our small candle for our Sanatan Dharma? Let us burn a candle for our Sanatan Dharma. Let us think about it. If we all unite, who can harm our Sanatan Dharma? Nobody. This is the end of Adhyaya 11th, Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga. Now, as I said in the beginning, let us take a quick review. as to what we have learnt in this Adhyaya, 11th Adhyaya. Vision of the universal form of Lord. In this majestic and awe-inspiring knowledge chapter of Geeta, Lord Krishna reveals his cosmic universal form, Vishwarupa, to Arjuna, giving him a direct experience of the supreme divinity, supreme divine reality that transcends all limits of time, space, and individuality. Quick summary: Arjuna request for the divine vision of Lord Krishna. After hearing Krishna's teachings about his divine manifestations in 10th chapter, Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat, Arjuna, filled with devotion and reverence, expresses his deep desire to actually see all that pervading divine form of Lord that contains the entire universe within it. He requests Krishna to bless him with the divine eyes, to behold that vision as human eyes cannot perceive the infinite. Then Krishna grants him the divine vision. Lord Krishna, out of compassion for Arjuna, grants Arjuna Divya Chakshu, the divine sight, and reveals his universal form. This form is incredible, infinite, beyond comprehension. It is indescribable. It contains within it the entire cosmos, all beings, gods, sages, and creatures, existing in one boundless divine body. Arjuna beholds the cosmic form. Arjuna sees the countless faces, countless arms, countless eyes, the brilliance of 1,000 suns arising at once. Divisuri Sahasrasya Vaidya Badhatita. We cannot see one sun, and Arjuna of course saw that kind of thing. He sees the god like Brahma, Shiva, sages, celestial beings in that Virat Rupa of God, and the forces of creation and destruction, all existing within Krishna's vast body. He realizes that Krishna is not merely his friend or the charioteer, but the supreme being. He is the Paramatma, the source, the sustainer, and the destroyer of all. And the terrifying aspects of आम्ही चिंतलो 2008 पता सर्वे सेवा नित्राणि तेत परमाणा विशंति दंष्ट्रा करानि भयानकानि केचित् विलग्ना दशनांतरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः. This is a terrible, all-consuming aspect of Lord. As countless warriors, including Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and others, rush into his blazing mouth. All are crushed to dust, churna. He realizes that all beings are already destined to perish by the divine will, and that Krishna is merely using Arjuna as an instrument to accomplish his cosmic plan. Then Arjuna's realization and surrender. Overwhelmed by awe, fear, and devotion, Arjuna bows before the Lord repeatedly. Namastestu, 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 all that. He begs forgiveness. Sakheti matpa prasvam yiduktam, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadav, Hey Sakheti, for his casualness, his disrespectful behavior he may have shown earlier, because he treated Krishna as a friend or as equal to him. He now fully recognizes Krishna as Ishwar, the Supreme Lord of the universe, who is beyond birth and beyond death. Then Krishna tells Arjuna that none before him has ever seen this form, and that it cannot be perceived through study of Vedas, through austerity or sacrifice, through yajnas. Only pure devotion, bhakti, one can behold and realize this divine form. He then reassures Arjuna by revealing his gentle human-like form to calm his mind. What is the teaching? One line, one sentence teaching we get is, Lord is declaring, he who works for me, the last sloka of this adhyaya, mat karma kurunat parvo, he who works for me, who regards me as the supreme, who is devoted to me, who is free from attachment and hatred, nirvera sarvabhuteshu, such a person truly comes to me. So the essence of this chapter, Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga, is Lord is all-pervading, all-powerful, and infinite. Number 2, everything, creation, preservation, and destruction happens through him. Third thing, Arjuna's vision symbolizes the awakening divine consciousness. If we get awakened, we can see, experience the divine consciousness. True realization of God is possible only through surrender and pure devotion, surrender and bhakti. So this chapter transforms Arjuna's understanding from friendship to reverence, from confusion to surrender. So if we have understood this adhyay, we should get also free from our confusion and we should go in the mode of surrender now. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Now the forum is open for you to raise your questions. Jai Shri Krishna to all.
Thank you so much, Vikas Bhaiya, for that wonderful vivechan, be it the Vishwarup Darshan or Arjuna's fear. And finally, what Bhagwan tells us, that through bhakti we can attain him. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. It has been, it felt like as if it could continue, and the summary was just something to take home. I'm sure all our sadhaks at this session are totally mesmerized like I am. And sadhaks, I'm happy to inform that the 43rd batch of our level 1 classes are going to start on 31st of October. This time we will have a 14th language, which is Manipuri, added to the portfolio. So it is our humble request to all of you to let this be known to as many people as possible, so that they too can come to the refuge of Geeta Mata and enrich their lives. This can be done by registering on the link, which is joingeeta.com. And now you're requested to please raise your hand and if possible, start your video and to ask Vikas ji questions. Rajender ji.
Jai Shri Krishna, Vidya ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Vikas Bhaiya,
Yes.
first, Happy Diwali to you and all
Happy Diwali to all
Geeta
of you.
Pariwar lovers. Because
Thank
I
you.
am now in US. So, my question, before that question, you have explained so many examples, of which I liked very much is simple but the very great is regarding this pencil example.
Yeah.
It very
Yes.
much attracted me.
Yes.
And my question is, when you said, love the God for the sake of loving God, but
Yes.
not for heaven or so, something like that.
Yes.
So, devotion of God is loving God only? Or why we
Offering
trying to
devotion.
get moksha,
Hmm.
mukti, is all this treated as loving God only?
See, when we are offering devotion, the devotion should be without demand. Don't ask for even moksha. You are making your devotional service to God only out of love for Him, not because you want to moksha. Because when you are doing your devotion for the sake of moksha, as we said in that saint's words, if I am praying you for that you will open the gates of heaven for me, then please close the gates of heaven for me. Then don't open it.
Yes.
So devotion should be without this expectation that the God will open the gates of moksha for us or the gates
Yes.
of heaven for us. That is the devotion without any expectation. If you expect that if I do mantra japa so many 11 lakh times, then I will get a place in the heaven, then it is sakam karma.
Yeah.
So
And
this
my
adhyay
second,
teaches us, offer your devotion without any expectation.
yes,
You will get whatever, of course, it doesn't go without return, but don't expect it on your own. God knows what is to be given to you. He knows better than us, no?
Yes. The second question is, everybody knows that Dhritarashtra is very badly supported all bad activities in Mahabharata. So why the Krishna has given Divya Drishti to the Dhritarashtra? That case.
See, Maharishi Vaidya had offered the Divya Drishti to Dhritarashtra. He initially offered to Dhritarashtra only. But Dhritarashtra, he refused, saying that I am so old now, I am blind since birth. At the end of my life, I don't want to see the blood bath. But still, I want to know what is going on the battlefield. So give this Divya Drishti to my assistant, Sanjaya. Don't give it to me. I don't want to see the blood. So it was offered to him by his father, Maharishi Vedyavas. We know the story about it.
Yeah.
So it was offered to him, but he refused.
But Dhritarashtra also seen the Vishwa Rupa, no?
through words. What was narrated to him by Sanjaya, because Sanjaya could see it and he was narrating every word of it to
Yeah.
Dhritarashtra. But only hearing, Dhritarashtra did not change his mind at all.
Okay.
You need to comprehend, you need to contemplate, you need to do some manan chintan of every word that is coming to you. That too from God. When Sanjay is saying Bhagavan Vacha, Dhritarashtra should have been alert to say what Krishna is saying. Bhagavan Vacha, what is Bhagavan, what he is saying. But he was without any response. So when you're not responding to God's words also, how can you elevate yourself spiritually? That is what
Yes.
it happened with Dhritarashtra.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vaidya ji.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions? Maya, looks like there are no more questions today.
Okay, today is the Diwali day, so people will be busy in burning crackers and eating sweets.
Sushila Didi, you
हाँ
Ah,
जी
you
हाँ
have a
जी
question?
जय
हाँ
श्री
जी.
कृष्ण कैन आई स्पीक इन हिंदी
yeah,
कैन
sure,
आई
sure. बोलिए हाँ जी बोलिए.
मुझे ये पूछना है कि जैसे हम प्रेयर करते हैं कुछ करते हैं कभी तो बहुत मन लगता है फील होता है ऐसे आंसू जैसे आते हैं ऐसे लगता है और ये हर समय होता नहीं बहुत दिनों के बाद कभी होता है कभी नहीं तो ऐसा कोई आप मेडिटेशन या कुछ सिखा सकते हैं बता सकते हैं जिससे कि जब बैठे तब आसानी से हो जाए ऐसे वो एक तो है सत्यजीत आर्या उनकी एक मेडिटेशन का है यूट्यूब में तो वो मैं लगाती हूँ अच्छा लगता है मुझे तो ऐसा कोई हो कि जब बैठे तो अच्छे से हो जाए ऐसा हमेशा नहीं होता
देखिए मेडिटेशन का ऐसा
हाँ
है कि हाँ
हाँ।
बोलिए बोलिए.
ऐसे होता है कि कभी जैसे कोई सॉन्ग अच्छा लगता है तो ऐसे मन भर आता है कोई सीन अच्छा ऐसे सीनरी दिखती है तो भी ऐसे लगता है कब हो जाता है वो पता नहीं चलता ऐसे कभी तो टीवी में कुछ ऐसा आता है जैसे मैं सुबह प्रोग्राम देखती हूँ वाल्मीकि रामायण वो मतलब कोई भी कभी पुराण पढ़ाते हैं कभी कुछ पढ़ाते हैं तो मैं लगातार 4:45 होता है वो क्लास में अटेंड करती हूँ तो उसमें कभी कुछ अच्छा बोलते हैं तो बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे अच्छा लगता है पर ऐसे कि जब बैठो तब ऐसे हो जाए वैसा नहीं होता तो कोई तरीका इसके लिए
देखिए उसका तरीका यही है कि जो आपके आंखों में आंसू आते हैं जब आप किसी का दुख देखते हैं, चाहे वो टीवी में फिल्म देख रहे हो या पिक्चर में जाके फिल्म देख रहे हो, किसी का दुख आपसे देखा नहीं जाता, आपके आंखों में आंसू आ जाते हैं. तो ये जो आंसू किसी मानव के लिए आते हैं, किसी परिस्थिति के लिए आते हैं, वैसे आंसू परमात्मा के प्रेम के लिए आना चाहिए. और वो
नहीं
प्राप्त
ये
करने का वो. हाँ जी.
परिस्थिति को देख के नहीं आते दुख देख के नहीं ऐसे भगवान के प्यार में आते हैं
हाँ तो बहुत अच्छी बात है ना. दैट मीन्स यू आर
हाँ
अ ट्रू डिवोटी ऑफ गॉड. इफ गॉड्स remembrance brings tears to your eyes, that means you have so much of deep love in your heart about the God. So that is a great thing.
पर ये कभी कभी जैसे कुछ अच्छा ऐसे आता है ना तो एकदम अंदर अंदर ऐसे लगता है ऐसे
हाँ तो
आंखें भर आती हैं
दिस कम्स थ्रू रेगुलर मेडिटेशन. आप सुबह 4 बजे
सब
उठिए, आधा पौन
हमें
घंटा
दुख से
प्राणायाम
नहीं
करिए.
होता ऐसे अच्छा
पहले
लगता है ऐसे
हाँ तो पहले कपालभाति
हाँ जी
कीजिए 200 बार,
हाँ जी
फिर 60-70 बार भस्त्रिका
हाँ
करिए,
जी
फिर 10-15 बार अनुलोम विलोम या
हाँ जी
नाड़ी शोधन प्राणायाम कीजिए, फिर अंत में भ्रामरी प्राणायाम कीजिए.
हाँ जी
ऐसा करने
हाँ
का
जी
क्या होगा, मन अपना मस्तिष्क शुद्ध हो जाता है. और शुद्ध मस्तिष्क होने के बाद में आप मेडिटेशन के लिए बैठ
हाँ
जाइए.
जी
यदि आप साइलेंस में मेडिटेशन नहीं कर सकते तो आपके अलेक्सा है घर पे, यदि आप कहोगे अलेक्सा, तो अलेक्सा को बोलिए अलेक्सा प्लीज प्ले मेडिटेशनल म्यूजिक फॉर 1 hour or whatever time you want to do the meditation. Alexa will play the music for you. You can regulate the volume of Alexa. Alexa volume 5 or volume 6 or whatever. You close your eyes, keep watching your incoming and outgoing breath. Anapansati. So that kind of pranayama meditation, if you do on a regular basis for 1 hour early in the morning at the Brahma Muhurta, then you will know how to focus our mind. When the mind becomes thoughtless during meditation, it becomes more strong. The mind is cluttered throughout the day with lot
ठीक
of thoughts,
है
lot of wishes,
थैंक यू
lot of anxieties. During meditation, the mind becomes calm because it has no wish. It is becoming empty,
हाँ जी
almost empty. So that is the practice. That is the practice for building the strength of the mind. And strength of mind you can build only by regular meditation. It will not happen with 1 or 2 days meditation, but you can definitely start experiencing the difference within a month's time as to how strong you have become mentally and how fresh you can become throughout the day when you spend 1 hour in meditation early in the morning. That is the magic of meditation. You have to experience it yourself. No amount of words can give you that kind of explanation, which you can learn by your own experience. Sorry.
Dr. Babaji?
Hari Om. Namaste.
Hari Om.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
I want to know the comparison. You gave the example of pencil with human life.
Yeah.
And, that is very nice and ideal to remember. But kindly narrate the 7 points comparing pencil with human life.
Okay. Point number 1. Are you listening?
Yes.
So point number 1 about the pencil. This pencil which I have in my hand, it is always on my table. This pencil. Just like this pencil, we all are capable of doing wonderful things in our life. We can do great things like the pencil does. But we must not forget that there is a hand holding the pencil. Pencil, if it is lying on the table, can it write on its own? Unless the hand holds the pencil and it makes it write, then only pencil can write. So we should call that our activities, our karma that we do, we are not the karta. God is getting it done from us. So we are a pencil, God is holding us in his hand and getting it done from us. So we should not have that kartrutva abhiman that I am the doer. This is the first lesson which we learn from pencil.
Yes.
Second, sir, from time to time, this pencil goes blunt, isn't it? If you repeatedly keep writing with it, the tip of the pencil goes blunt. You cannot write anymore. So what you do? You use a sharpener and sharpen the pencil. Okay. In sharpening the pencil, a lot of wooden particles will come out. You feel as if you are torching the pencil or what. That's a real torture because you are shading out the part of body of pencil. It hurts the pencil at first, but later it works more efficiently.
Yes.
Similarly, the tough times in our life do come. They make us prepared to face bigger challenges in life, which in turn plays an important role in our internal development. We become more sharp like the pencil and help us to become a better human being like the pencil becomes better after sharpening. So all the difficulties that come in our life, they are to sharpen our intellect. That is what we should learn from the pencil. Third thing is, a pencil gives us a chance to rectify itself. You take a eraser and rub, isn't it? And then rewrite. So making mistakes is pardonable. You can make mistakes. To err is human, you say this. But more important is to rectify our mistake. To rectify our mistake and never commit the same mistake again and again in our life. Rather learn from the mistakes and move forward. मिस्टेक हो गया और रोते बैठ गए ऐसा मत करिए. मिस्टेक हो गई है उसको इरेज करिए और आगे बढ़िए. As the pencil does. Fourth quality is that we need to learn from pencil is it hardly matters how great a pencil looks from outside. Outside it may be very attractive color, blue, red, green, whatever it is, or combination of many colors. But if the graphite inside is not good quality, can it write? Similarly, our outer experience, however wonderful clothes you may wear, is of no consequence at all. That is not our real identity. Our real identity depends on our inner appearance. Like for pencil, it is the graphite inside. For us, our real identity is our inner appearance. How we are from inside as humans. Inner beauty is always supreme compared to the outer beauty. This is the thing which we learn from pencil. Fifth thing what we learn from pencil is a pencil writes and leaves a mark behind that is capable of inspiring millions of people. People remember what has been written and it may change their lives. Likewise, the choices we make in our life leave some mark behind. We may not be here after a few years, but what we do through our karmas, it keeps a mark. It leaves a mark. So do something which will leave a permanent mark of our karma on the people who are surviving after us. We leave our marks in the form of our thoughts and actions. They define who truly we are. So this is something we learn from pencil. Quality 6 from pencil, what we learn is pencil gets shorter and shorter with every day writing with it. Similarly, our life is also getting shorter with every passing moment. I am talking to you, But every moment my life is getting shorter, your life is also getting shorter, isn't it?
Yes.
So why not to make most of our life that is remaining now? We don't know how much time is left now, but definitely whatever time we have spent so far in life, the time remaining now is much less than that, isn't it? If today we are say 50, 60 years, are we going to live for another 50, 60 years?
No.
Another 10, 20, 50, 25 years, 30 years at the most, 40 years at the most, isn't it? So why not to make most of it while we still have the time? Why not chase our true purpose of life when we have got the choice to do it? So this is what pencil teaches us, that even if it is getting shorter, don't leave what you are doing. Try to accomplish as much as possible. And finally, the seventh quality of pencil that we need to learn is it writes till the end of its life. छोटी सी पेंसिल का टुकड़ा भी हो जाए, इतना सा टुकड़ा हो जाए, तो भी वो लिख सकता है. आपको हाथ में हार्डली पकड़ते आएगा पेंसिल का टुकड़ा, फिर वो लिखता है, फिर भी लिखता है वो. So a pencil finishes one day, but the work it leaves behind stays forever. Likewise, can we do our satkarma, our sattvic karma, till the last moment of our life, like the pencil does?
Eraser. We can erase the mistakes with the. Yes.
We can erase the mistakes. No, that is what we can. We make mistakes in our life, but don't keep crying that I made a mistake. How can I go further? Like the pencil does a mistake, we erase it and go further. We stop writing with the pencil if we write the wrong word? We don't stop there. So likewise, we do karma in our life. Maybe some mistakes here and there. Rectify it, go further. So the teaching from pencil is that can we be as useful and as productive as a pencil? Now this is just one example pencil. But likewise, we can learn from many things surrounding us.
Yeah. This example of pencil with life, I have never heard in my life. Very worth learning. Thank you very much for your teaching.
Thank you. Sushma ji, please unmute yourself.
Namaste Bhaiya, and thank you very much. Everything that you said about pencil and several other devotees, we all know that the love and service for God, and like not having attachment, that because I want something, I am doing satkarma. So everything that you said about the pencil example, and like so many kind of the stories that we have in the scriptures, etc., of how God was graceful and all of the above, but there continues to be a disconnect between all the karmas that we do, like our thoughts and actions, and a complete surrender to the God, that because we all know that whatever we are doing, we are just a nimit. Bhagwan ne humko, God has chosen us for that particular purpose, and that is why we are in the universe, and our time is only so much, like you said it. We all understand that, but there continues to be disconnect between our service, our love, and complete surrender. So wanted to thank you for everything that you said, and to the entire Geeta Pariwar. But we all understand as human beings that we are not the doer. The God is the doer, and God is giving us everything. But there continues to be disconnect for all of us in terms of the surrender. I mean, I can say the sloka, where that I'm asking for the complete, I don't want to narrate the sloka, like where Arjuna is saying that what is for the Shreya and not the prayer. So we all understand that jo kuch bhi hai hamara material is all going to be in the universe. When we go, we are going to go empty handed, but still there continues to be disconnect between our surrendering and our thoughts and feelings to, like, whatever Arjuna was able to do or anybody else is able to do. So I guess that is the question in so many ways. And thank you again for taking the time to listen to me or take the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
Pratyush ji, yes, Vaidya, there is Pratyush ji and Krishna ji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Sir, happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
The way you have made us understand about the pencil and the human life was yes, really good. And it's an example we can cite to every places. Yeah, that example. Thank you very much. My question is actually what was received by Arjuna from Sri Krishna to see his Vishwarup?
What was?
What was received by Arjuna from Krishna, Sri Krishna, to see
Arjuna received the divine sight, Divya Chakshu. Divya Chakshu he received, because when in the beginning, in the first few shlokas, Krishna was saying, Pashyame, 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 see my 1,000 arms, see my 1,000 heads, see my 1,000. But Arjuna was not able to say anything. Then Shri Krishna realized that with his human eyes, he cannot say anything. Our eyes are material eyes. They cannot see beyond this material world. While the Paramatma is beyond this material world, no? So he offered his divine sight to Arjuna. And with divine sight, he also offered divine intellect, divine mind. Because without divine mind and divine intellect, only divine eyes may not be of much use. Eyes will only see. But how will they contemplate? How will they comprehend what is being seen? It is to be comprehended, it is to be analyzed by the intellect. Isn't it? That's why he could put so many questions to Shri Krishna. If he was only seeing, then seeing does not evolve any thoughts in his mind, but seeing and then thinking about it and then putting up questions. That is the way it goes in Gita, isn't it? So that is because he got the divine sight plus divine intellect from Shri Krishna before.
That is only was the possible for getting all the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Krishna ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
Hello.
Krishna. Jai Shri
Are
Krishna.
you
Yeah,
able to?
yeah, I can hear you.
अच्छा, ये विश्वरूप का दर्शन कौन कौन देख सका? ओनली अर्जुन देखा है ना?
हाँ,
With the
फिजिकली
divine power.
अर्जुन ने देखा और संजय ने भी देखा, क्योंकि संजय को भी दिव्य दृष्टि प्राप्त हुई थी। धृतराष्ट्र को जो दिव्य दृष्टि दी थी महर्षि वेदव्यास ने, उन्होंने कहा था कि नहीं, मेरे को तो नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं ऐसा ब्लड बाथ दिखना नहीं चाहता एट द एंड ऑफ माई लाइफ। सो आप उसको संजय को बताइए। तो संजय ने जो दी।
लेकिन हमारा डाउट क्या है, जब विश्वरूप के अंदर सब मुनि ने उसको स्तोत्र कर रहा है, that means they are also able to see.
Nothing is outside that Vishwarup. Nothing is outside, because if there is anything outside Vishwarup, that means there is some other entity.
Arjuna ne told, I have seen the Munishwar, they are praying you, and Rakshas are running away. This in your roop, by saying they are fear and they are running away. That means they are able to see.
That is the thing. Anyone who is seeing or anything that is being seen is all a part of Vishwarupa only. But the people who can see that Vishwarupa, they are not seeing physically. They are experiencing the effects of it. Like I said, when the Grahan takes place, full solar eclipse takes place, we start feeling uneasy, no? Even the birds stop chirping. Animals stop sitting quiet at one place. So this is the effect. Even if nobody can they were not able to see that Vishwarup physically with their eyes, because with their eyes they could not see it. But that does not mean they were not a part of that Vishwarup. Arjuna could see them as a part of Vishwarup. They themselves could not see it because they do not have that Divya Chakshu. Arjuna had that Divya Chakshu. Everything that exists in this cosmos is a part of Vishwarup. Whether
that is correct.
knows,
everything is a part of the Vishwarup, but they are worshipping. These Munishwars and all, they are by seeing you, they are giving worshipping you. They is telling.
Because they are Divi Surya Sahasrasa Bhavet Dikapadita, that means there is a tremendous heat in the cosmos. Everything has become so unbearable for everybody that something wrong is going on in this cosmos now. As during Grahan, we see at 2 o'clock in the daytime, when total thing becomes dark, we start experiencing something uneasy. And that's why we say in Grahan Kal, we should pray to the God. Because something unusual is happening. So when something unusual happens, people start praying. That is what they were doing. They experienced. They were not able to see the God, but they were experiencing that something unusual is happening now.
Only they are experiencing that one.
Experiencing, yes. They're not seeing,
but
but
they
they're
are not able to see.
No, they're not able to see.
But Dhritarashtra has seen the Vishnu ka Vishwarup in his what is that courtyard, because whenever Duryodhan tried to tie him, at that time he has shown the Vishwarup. Then he has shown given the eyes, and he has shown his rope to him. Am I correct?
No, Dhritarashtra was not able to see it any time. If Dhritarashtra had seen even a glimpse of it, he would not have allowed the war to happen. But
He
Dhritarashtra
has
was not.
given because in one book I have read, he has given Divya Sachu to see his figure.
To Dhritarashtra?
Yes.
No, I don't see.
Whether it is correct or not, I don't know.
No, people keep writing
Because
different
different
stories.
people, different
stories,
ways they will write.
It is their way of
That's right.
imagining from Mahabharata. But Dhritarashtra never saw Vishwarup.
Because he has shown there in his courtyard, whenever they have tried to tie him.
No. Dhritarashtra never saw Vishwarup. There is no such story.
Thank you.
I'm aware of.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chaya ji.
Namaste, Vikas Bhaiya.
Namaste.
Yeah, just I wanted one question. With advancing age, this fear of how much ever we pray and chant the divine prayers and all, this fear of aging, fear of illness, and all, it is very difficult. And then moha also, moha about children, grandchildren. Yeah, I'm just trying to be, I'm conscious about it, but still I'm just finding it very difficult to pass this stage.
So the last shloka is for all of us.
Especially this fear of this illness or something like that. Huh?
The last shloka that we read is for all of us to remember. Mat karma kurun mat parmo mat bhakta sanghavarjita nirvera sarvabhutesh yasya mameti pandava. Sanghavarjita, live all asakti in the life.
Yeah.
We know that our time is limited. When our limited time is there, okay, if we talk very blunt, who is my son in this life? Was he my son in the previous life? Is he going to be my son in the next life? He is my relationship is temporary. My wife is maybe, she's my life partner. This, I respect her very much. I give her all service. She gives me all service. But our relationship is temporary for this life only. We have lived so many lives earlier. We're going to live so many lives in the future also. When we realize the temporariness of our relationship in this life, we can come to the conclusion that keeping attachment with anybody is futile.
Even this fear only, this is.
Fear.
Fear of illness,
when our devotion is strong, if you are doing Nama Japa every day, if you are reading Geeta or Vishnu Sahasranam every day with full focus, full concentration, the thing that comes to our mind is, after my death of my body, I mean, soul never dies. You know it from second Adhyay. My soul is become one with the God.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be with the God, is it a matter to celebrate or is it a matter to cry?
Yeah, it's we should be happy for that.
We should be happy. But for that, we should be confident that after my death, I'm going to be with my God, with my Lord, with my Shri Krishna, whom I love the most in my life. So when this kind of love and affection is there for God, then the fear of death goes. We should welcome death then. That after death, I'm going to be united with my God.
More than fear of death, this fear of illness. That's all.
Illness is a part of, see, when it is a body ages. Krishna also was aging, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when the human species, when we take birth as a human being, even when God takes human form, it has to happen. Which nobody can avoid, even the God could not avoid, isn't it? So we are not super God that we will avoid the disease of the body or the going old of the body. We have to face this. But as boldly as we face, the better it is for us. If we keep complaining and crying, nothing is going to come out of it.
We'll be burden to others. That's all.
It will burden to others, it will burden to us also. We may not focus on our spiritual practice.
Yes.
We have to keep our body fit and fine, because for devotional service, we have to keep our body fit and fine. But sometimes it does not remain. That does not mean we should stop all activities, isn't it? So mentally we should be strong. Physically we may become weak with the age. If we are mentally strong, nothing can stop us from our spiritual practice. We may lie on the bed, but mentally, if we keep chanting Krishna, reading Gita in our mind every day, nothing can stop us from meeting Krishna. That is the confidence we should have.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Vikas Bhaiya, for that wonderful Vivechana and the Q&A session. The last message which you said today, I'll carry it, that we have to keep our mentally strong and be spiritually inclined, whatever be our age and whatever be the circumstance. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. On behalf of Geeta Pariwar, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for for attending the session today, and look forward to having you back next week for another enlightening Vivechan session. I express my deep gratitude to the technical and the back-end team working behind the scenes for their contribution in making the session a success. And now we offer our sincere gratitude to Bhagwan for all the blessings he has bestowed upon us. For that, I call upon Kavya Bhattabhiraman from Chennai. She joined Geeta Pariwar in July 2025, and in this very short while has started giving seva as a technical assistant and as well as a GC. Kavya ji, request you to please lead us in giving our prayer to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Krishna. Let us thank Yogesha for giving us this opportunity. Please fold your hands and close your eyes. Yogesham Sachidanandam Vasudevau Vrajapriyam Dharma Samstavakau Veeram Krishnau Vande Jagadguru Shri Krishnau Vande Jagadguru Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.
Thank you, Kavya ji, for chanting the prayer.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समबाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धिनो निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै, अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की।